So welcome back to Fallout 4. Hello, hello, hello. We're back in the Commonwealth after discovering Far Harbor, I guess. We're going to take it slow with Far Harbor and kind of just trickle it in here and there as and when I feel like it, I guess. I really wanted to go over there so that I've got access to some of the stuff. That is annoying. Oh, I don't like that. We're going to have to put a wall up. We shall just build a nice wall here. There we go, so I don't have to look at it. Anyway, we're back at the airport. I was trying to come up with some ideas for what I wanted to build here in the long run, because I really like the idea of having something here. I was hoping I could scrap that. I had to come over and scrap it all anyway, so that we can get the teleporter built from Proctor Ingram. We're going to go speak to her. I just need to go ahead and put on that. I still don't know why I can't get that quest off. It's annoying me. I also just got the Nuka-Cola thing unlocked because I hit level 30. So at some stage we'll go start that. The last time I did that on like a playthrough and on the channel, I think I ended up siding with the survivors and we just killed all the raiders. I don't know what I'm going to do this time. I might do the same thing. I'm not going to lie to you, I really don't like the raiders of Nuka World at all. And I don't think it fits too well into my story that my guy would help them. So we're probably just not going to help them. Hello.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yeah.
This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves?
You got it right.
I have to admit, that's genius.
Uh-huh.
This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across
I love that
the
she was
town.
looking at what looked
Not to mention
like
how they
a
get
paper
the 10
bag
soldiers to come out
with
of
like
the
red
damn
crayon
walls.
dribbled,
And this little beauty
scribbled
allows
on
you
it.
to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Oh, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform. It's gonna take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have plenty of it right here at the airport.
Nice.
I'm glad you can make sense of those plans.
So I don't even need the materials to build any of it.
I will by the time you get the first part built. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source to get the signal interceptor running.
A massive power source. That's not ideal. We're going to have to go for a couple of small freezes as we enter the workshop mode. But we're doing it on camera because I haven't done this in years. So why not? Let me hop out of this real quick. We can just leave this here. I had to get my armor repaired after the trip to Far Harbor because it got messed up. I've also been on like a little bit of a very small run around a lot of the settlements, picking up some extra settlements that we didn't have. I went and got Jamaica Plain. Really like Jamaica Plain. There's a couple of oh, here we go. A couple of settlements that I think are very underrated. Where do we want to put this thing? I don't know if I want this to be like a permanent part of the settlement, like in the long run. I guess we'll put it there for now. Now do I have to go back to Ingram? Oh, we've got to go back and forth, back and forth. That's not fun. And I'm not going to cut any of it out. Sorry, you're stuck watching me do it. How the game was intended to be played, I guess.
Proctor.
Any luck building the platform yet?
It was easy. I could build 35 of them.
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
I mean, it's really not that big of a deal.
Looks good, Ingram. I'll get to work right away.
I wish I had your confidence. Oh, one last thing before I forget. It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single grid. Otherwise, this isn't going to work.
That's
if you need
fine.
any help, I'll be over at the build site making some adjustments and calculations. I'd wish you good luck, Knight, but I think we're both going to need it.
Alright, chill out. Very passionate about it. I was going to say, are they not concerned that I'm building a teleporter from the Institute right next to their base, but I suppose the Institute can teleport out wherever they want, so... Okay, let's get back into the build menu and see if we can get all of this built. That would be nice. I don't know if I've got any biometric scanners, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I've picked up along the way. If I haven't got one, though, I will go buy one. Oh, I've got 20! Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, no! I thought that was the front of it, but it's like that's the front of it. Hold up, there we go. That's better. Ah, that looks cool. We're definitely keeping this as like a permanent part of the base. Where do we want this to be? I guess like... I'm like trying to future plan. I know it can go anywhere and I can move it, but... Let's get that hooked up. Let's get... I guess all of that is connected. And then we've got to get this control console connected up. Like that. In fact, can I get rid of that? And we connect... Oh no, she's interacting with it, so it's not going to let me. That's fine. I wanted the wire, like, out of the way, but I guess it's just going to have to go there. I wonder if we can build these pieces after we've already been in. Because I would like some of these pieces to build with. Like, the control console and that satellite dish are pretty cool. Okay. How much do we need? 2, 22, and I can't check this because Ingram is pretending to be useful. Oh, look at this. Absolutely perfect. Let's get like 2 of these put down. Right next to each other. Oh. There we go. And we'll get a connector put up there. We're up and running. Is everything Gucci? Everything's Gucci! We're ready to go into the Institute. Look at that. That is cool. I think it burns out after the first use, though, which is a pain in the ass. I've also realised that's just like a massive Tesla trap thing, isn't it? They've just sized it up. That's funny. Ingram.
Proctor Ingram?
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing the switch until he gives us the go-ahead.
Oh, he's down here. He is. Hello. The big wig has come down. Nobody's mentioned anything about Nick being here.
Elder Maxon.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Lab rat standing by.
All of us are aware of the risks you're taking, and we salute you.
He's like,
That
yeah,
being
yeah,
said,
we get it.
This is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Could we send somebody else in?
Unless I end up inside solid rock.
We've entered the Institute. We expect to lose
That was
contact.
really,
So
really
it's imperative
weird.
You remember everything you're about to tell
I
me.
guess,
About 10 years ago, the
like,
Brotherhood
I don't know,
began
we've had
recruiting
storms and
civilian
stuff. I guess
scientists
it
from
knocked my
Capital
Wi-Fi
Wasteland
out for
to
like a
assist
split
with various
second. It came
projects.
straight back
During
on.
this process,
So
we
I
were
don't
able to
know.
obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
A nuclear engineer. Interesting.
Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the Capital Wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
What sort of differences?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the Capital Wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive,
Eliminate
make
her.
contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Listen to me, Knight.
Ooh.
I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
I usually do help get rid of the Brotherhood of Steel and the Pridwen. I'm wondering how far can I follow the Brotherhood of Steel before then, like, turning on them? Because I think that would be really cool. Like, plot twist, the Minutemen are actually going to use the Brotherhood of Steel to help kind of, like, cripple and decapitate the Institute, but then they're going to turn around and they're going to take out the Brotherhood. I'm wondering, like, what can we do to get to that? So, but for now, we'll jump into the Institute. Obviously, we've got still quite a ways to go.
Ingram.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. Pull yourself together and get up onto that platform.
I'm on it.
See. Relays dialed in.
Chill out.
Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross
Look
your
after
fingers.
dog meat, Nick.
I'm inputting the code now.
Stop doing
Wow,
circles.
There's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to.
If
I
it
put a clever
works.
little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hey. Nice. We lost a lot of radio signals getting in here. Okay, let's take a look real quick. So, insert the network scanner. Load holotape. Network scanner. Scan complete. Brilliant. Let me take it back. Fantastic. So we can go drop that off. Have I got to take it back to Ingram? Yeah, okay. Because I know each of the factions makes you do that. Father?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Let me quick save in case my Wi-Fi goes. To be fair, the game just resumed straight away. I don't know why it
I can
booted
only
me onto
imagine
the
what you've
dashboard.
What you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place.
I hate that it's
The
rotating.
work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, Radiation affected everyone, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above. Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world is a dangerous place? Although I think maybe it always was. It's just a bit more honest about it now. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
I don't know if we're gonna go meet them, like, right this very minute. I mean, are we able to leave? Can we go? I'm pretty certain we can. Yeah. So that's where the Institute is if we need to fast travel back. But I'm probably going to head back to Boston Airport to go drop off the holotape. But, I mean, I wanted to get, like, the initial Institute stuff out of the way. So that we've got access to it. Because there is a lot of missions to be doing between all of the factions. We've got to go do the railroad kind of introductory mission. And I'd like to get a decent, I say, you know, like a pretty, as in-depth view as possible of all of the factions, so that, you know, when it comes to actually the decisions we make regarding them all, it makes a bit more sense. We've got a password for Sean's terminal here. Conrad Kellogg. Enhanced life expectancy. So that's like he's already more than 100 years old. Older, certainly, than any other human in the Commonwealth. They expect him to make it to 150, maybe even 200. That's interesting. But yeah, anyway. So, I don't know what we're going to be doing next mission. We might be back in the next episode. We might be back in the Institute. I don't know. We might be off doing something else. But I wanted to get the introduction here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know it's been a little bit more of a wordy one, less action-filled. I don't think I fired a bullet this episode. There we go. Got that out of the way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a thumbs up. Have a good New Year's. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.